real excited about this class. I thought our assistant coaches did an outstanding job of evaluation and targeting the right guys. We won some crucial head-to-head battles with some stiff competition, and so that was good to see. I think we did more or made more headway in that regard this year than any recruiting class ever, as far as competing with the quote-unquote heavyweights and coming away with some really good players. The primary concern, if you had to talk about two areas of need, were quarterback and linebacker. We really addressed our quarterback situation with the early signees, the ones that enrolled mid-year with Troy Williams and Tyler Huntley. So they're here in school and with us working, and should be a great competition in spring. We're able to sign a bunch of linebackers as well, which was a huge need, losing three senior linebackers, Gianni, Paul, Jared Norris, and Jason Whittingham. So that was obviously an area of need as well. But again, we're excited with what we were able to put together as far as the class. Even though those two areas were the most needy, we felt like we helped ourselves across the board, really at virtually every position. And so it was, it appears to be a very good group of guys that will make us better as a football team. Florida's been big for us, and I'm going to wear these now that I'm a grandpa. So if anyone wants to know about my granddaughter, you can ask about her, but otherwise I can't see as well as I used to. But Florida, your question, Dennis Erickson's really the short answer to that question. He's done a great job in Florida. We were able to sign 5 athletes from Florida this year. I think that brings our total to close to 10 or somewhere 10 or 11, right in that area. And so we feel that's been a very fertile area for us. And again, because of Dennis's reputation, the clout he has down there. I mean, he had a great run at Miami, his national championships, and so he has instant credibility down particularly in the South Florida area. And so those 5 players we were able to sign in this class should add to what we're doing as a program and as a team. And that really is the long and short of it is the great job that Dennis has done down there. We had 9 guys from California. This is pretty typical of our recent footprint, I guess you could say, in recruiting. 9 from California, 7 from in-state, 5 from Florida. Again, Dennis Erickson doing a great job there. A couple from Washington, a couple from Hawaii, 1 each from Arizona and Texas, and 1 from Australia. You're going to like our new Australian punter, by the way, Mitch Wisnowski, Tom Hackett Part 2. And so he's not quite the quote machine yet that Tom is, but I think he'll work into that. But he's got a stronger leg than Tom, if you can believe that. He's exceptional, and so we're excited about him. I think there's 6 in just new ones, but you combine the 2 that we already had, there's 8. A little heavy. That's probably a couple more than we usually have. Out of the 25 initials, we're probably about 5 or 6 JCs typically, so just a couple more than usual. But we've had good success with the JC player here. We've had a lot of those guys be major contributors, and a lot of those guys are in the NFL right now that came to us via the JC route. Yeah, there was a couple guys that we weren't certain had made their final decisions, and we got surprised in a good way. There was really no bad surprises today, which is a good thing. And probably the most notable is David Luafatasanga, the linebacker out of Arizona Western. It came down to a tough call for him. He had 3 schools that he was looking at, and we were fortunate to get his NLI, and we're ecstatic about that. And then there's a couple other guys as well that, if not today, in the last 24 hours, made their decision and in our favor, which was a big positive. Pretty good. I mean, we've got a lot of young guys that were already in the program. We know we weren't nearly as productive as we need to be at receiver last year. That's the bad news. The good news is there are so many of them that are still developing, and we think have high ceilings that we expect to get much better in the next couple of years. And so you talk about those guys combined with Alec Dana from junior college. And all junior college players aren't created equal. He's a 3-to-play-3 junior college player, which is obviously more desirable than a guy with only 2 years left. So he's a guy that's got 3 years left. He's a big target. He's 6'2", 6'3", 185 pounds, and he's got some length. He's a very long athlete, and so he's going to help us out. We've got Damari Simpkins, who's another one of those Florida guys who's already enrolled. He came in with Tyler at mid-year. Quick slot receiver, very, very similar to Britton Covey. I mean, that's the same style of play that he has. And so you add those 2 guys. plus DeVere Hamilton, who's really a two-way guy. You know, he may play some receiver for us this year as well. To the group we got coming back, with Tim Patrick added to that group, who we missed sorely last year. He was a big part of what we were going to do, and not having his services was damaging to us. So when you put it all together, we think that we can be much, much better. We have to be much, much better at receiver this year. There's no doubt about it. We've got to be more productive and be more of a factor for us. 10 wins will do the most good, you know, as far as, and that's winning. You hear the term winning solves everything. It certainly helps your cause in recruiting, and you know, we attribute a lot of our success to the way we're trending. You know, we won 9 games 2 years ago. We won 10 games last year. I think you know, the players and the recruits understand that we're trending in the right direction, and a lot of those guys want to be a part of what's coming next. Let me just list the players that are going to serve missions that won't be with us in the fall, but will be with us, season of 18, I guess it would be 2 years from now. Fua Pututau from Cottonwood High School, Samisi Lawaki from Lusinger down in Southern California, Keaton Bills from Corner Canyon, Cole Fotheringham, a big, good-looking tight end from San Clemente, and Johnny Maea, a tremendously talented offensive lineman from right here in state. And then there's one additional that we don't have the letter and can't make an announcement there. But really happy, really pleased. That's as good a group of outgoing missionary signees. I'm going to tell you, it's the best group of outgoing missionary signees that we've ever had. Potentially, we'll see how they play when they get back. Long defender, 6'3", 6'4", about 235 pounds, and he is exceptional rushing the passer. He can also play inside linebacker, but his real strength is coming off the edge. That hybrid position that we've had so much success with, Trevor Riley, Nate Orchard, Paul Kruger, Koamisi, you know, all those guys that have played that linebacker / defensive end spot, is somewhere he can play, as well as inside backer. And, you know, you talk about the other linebackers that were recruited. DeVere Hamilton, I mentioned, might be a two-way guy. We'll see. We got him in the long term, thinking he's going to major at linebacker. And then we've got Curtis Taufa from Snow College, another JC linebacker that is a talented kid, and then a young freshman, Donovan Thompson, another Florida guy. So those guys really are going to bolster that group, because that group is real thin after losing those seniors. We think we're going to be as good as there is in the Pac-12 on both sides of the ball at the line of scrimmage, which is a great starting point to try to be a good football team. Garrett Bowles is arguably the best junior college prospect in the country coming out this year. And a lot of publications have him as #1, and he is a big-time left tackle. He's got great feet. He's got physicality. He's smart. He's tough. And that's a great get for us. I mean, you hate to single anybody out, because you never know, you know, who's going to become what. But he's a guy that we feel is going to help us immediately, and in a big way. You know, we always have a few head-to-heads, and particularly on the in-state athletes, that's where you come across those head-to-head battles most often. But you're really recruiting against a university. It's not a person you're recruiting against, and you know, we just continue our process and how we go about things. Our main concern is you know, our head-to-head in the Pac-12. I mean, those are the guys that we got to play and try to, you know, win a conference championship against, and so that is the primary focus. But there's always going to be head-to-head battles in state, and you know, I don't know that's going to be any different than it ever has been. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Clown. He's going to do a great job. I don't doubt that, but it didn't feel any different this year. He is dynamic. He was coming out of high school. He was in the top 3 or 4 in the nation of dual threat quarterbacks coming out that particular year, his graduating class, and we think he's a tremendous talent. The numbers he put up at Santa Monica were outstanding. His win-loss record there, I mean, he won a ton of games this past year, and he carries himself exactly like you want a quarterback to carry himself. He's got charisma. He's got that air of confidence and leadership about him, and very impressed with him. He's come in here, got here in January, and just really has taken charge with that QB receiver group, and really got things going.